beer, rum, and rock and roll. Saving rock, one conversation at a time. With Randy Legault and Beau Shiminsky.
All right, we're back.
We are indeed.
Cheers.
Cheers, brother. Yeah.
Another episode of Beer, Rum, and Rock and Roll.
Mm-hmm. Not much of a clink. I think you need to get a glass with actual liquor in it because this beer tin thing is a little bit lowbrow for me, man.
Well, I could put my beer in a mug. That would work.
You could get one of those big ones. You know, I used to sell them. They were about this big, and you could put about 4 beers in them.
I believe that's called a Stein, no?
Well,
Beer Stein?
yeah, but it's a beer. But it was
okay.
Like they were almost novelty.
Yeah.
But you go to a party, it's like, I don't know, 10 pounds of glass plus 4 or 5 beers in it.
You know what I'm thinking of now?
I like my beer.
You go to Vegas, and those idiots who walk around in those 4-foot-long fluorescent fucking drink tubes. Have you seen this?
No.
Idiots. Sorry. Just drink it like a normal person.
Yeah, or get one of those packs that you can wear on your back. They're like called a Camelback. Usually for water. Just put booze in there.
Or the hard hat.
Or the hat. Yeah.
Buds on each side. You could do that. Maybe we should do the podcast like that.
I think so. I'll have rum and Coke on either side, and I can set the settings.
Yeah, just a fucking tube running in your mouth.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Some days that would be pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, man, let's get to it. Rock news.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yep.
GNR.
Okay.
Guns N' Roses announced more dates on this seemingly never-ending, not in this lifetime tour.
Yeah.
Right? But what caught my eye, it's a bunch of U.S. dates, is the last two are November 1st and 2nd in Vegas at Caesar's Palace. This would be wicked.
And sounds great.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Saw Elton there.
Right.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if my bank account could take it.
What's the ticket price on that?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't know yet?
I don't know.
Okay.
No. But that just caught my eye. I'm like, oh, 2 dates back to back at the Coliseum in Vegas.
Yeah.
This would be great.
Watching them see how they interact on stage.
Yes.
What we can deduce from that. You know.
Yeah.
How are they getting along?
Here's another thing yes, exactly. No, I think it's all good. They are all talking about how great this is going. And hey, I'm shocked, but it clearly is, or they would not keep going.
For sure.
They've got all the money now.
Yeah, they got all the cash in their pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of dough, it's the second highest grossing tour of all time. Okay? 500 million this fucking thing's made so far. Gross, of course, but still.
Still.
What do you think number one is?
Number one.
Of all time. Coming in. Or number 3. I'm gonna try 3 or 1. So we do the top 3.
Tour.
Yeah.
Grossing tour.
So, and I'm looking down, they're 2-year tours. So they go on a while, but they're number 2 in the top 3.
Was Hell Freezes Over anywhere near that number?
Maybe they are, but they're not on the top 3.
They're not in the top 3.
No, it's a good guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eagles is always a good guess for that.
Well, that and plus just the whole idea of them getting back together was such calamity that
I'll give you a hint. One of them is a band we're going to see in a month.
the Stones. Yeah.
Stones are number 3, Bigger Bang Tour, 2005, 2007.
Really?
But number 1, U2, that 360 tour, that crazy spider thing they had.
I was going to say U2 only in the sense that I remember one time being in New York and they were there for a week at Madison Square Garden. Like they were there for 7 days straight.
Yeah.
I happened to go see Beck, which I thought was killer in New York. But yeah, I could have went and saw them, but 7 days straight.
But to get on this list, you need to be playing stadiums. I mean, 7 to
Well, that was Madison
Garden.
Square Gardens.
I know.
7 days straight.
But
like, that tour was...
This tour that I'm talking about didn't play arenas. It was too fucking big. Like, it was massive.
Oh, I see.
Like, the stage is just...
Right.
Took
so
up.
they didn't have any arena section of this at all.
No.
Interesting.
It was fucking 90,000 at a crack, man. Like, it was insane.
Wow.
It took up the whole bottom of the field. They compete with the Stones all the time, who has the best stage show, basically.
Right.
They usually win.
Right.
But, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Another cell phone incident.
Really?
Did you see it?
No.
Tom Morello.
Ah.
Yeah. Invites a bunch of fans on stage.
Right.
So I'll show the video while we're talking here. He's playing away. There's fans all around him, behind him.
On the stage.
On the stage.
Got it.
So they're on his turf.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So a guy does the full, the reach around. So to
from
speak.
behind him to show him
From the side. But
right.
doing this move.
Yeah.
Like, he fucking grabs it and chucks it and just
Awesome.
keeps playing.
Awesome.
Just keeps shredding.
Awesome.
Again, I loved every second.
one thing to say. You invite these people on the
Yep.
stage. What do you think's gonna
Yep.
What do you think's gonna happen? Did these people know not to bring a cell phone on there? It's gonna
Well-
happen. I swear, man. Every time I see footage of any live show now,
Yep.
you look at 60% of the crowd is doing this. Like it's unbelievable.
It is. So he said, put a phone on my face on stage and I'll throw it.
Yeah.
So Twitter went ballistic.
Right.
What a dick or whatever.
Right.
Well, then he follows up with, when you invite guests to your stage and clearly tell them,
Oh, they did. He did.
Ah,
Okay.
this is the thing. This is a
great.
caveat.
Perfect.
if you stick a cell phone on my face, I'll throw it. And then their uncontrollable, entitled selfie urge
Perfect.
overcomes their senses of reason.
Yeah.
They get their fucking phone thrown.
Yeah.
Simple, period. That's what he says.
Great.
So they were warned, but they
Great.
can't help it.
Yeah.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
I got to capture this, right?
Yeah.
Just be there,
He
man.
told them.
He did.
Good enough.
That's what was funny to me. He
Good
actually
enough.
told them, and still it happened.
He's a smart cookie.
Well, fuck, he went to Harvard, man.
Right? Like
Yeah.
Morello?
Yeah.
He's, yeah, I don't think he leaves too much up for discussion or debate or anything in
No.
anything he does, man.
No, you don't want to debate this cat.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy.
You know, I always pictured him starting to mess around with sounds on the guitar
we clearly did.
in
yeah.
his bedroom or, apartment or whatever. And I could just imagine the floor covered in all kinds of stuff he could use to try to manipulate the instrument. Inspiring cat.
Well, what he was
Really.
doing there was trying to turn a DJ table
Yeah.
into the guitar.
Oh yeah, no, but he was looking for
Yeah.
all kinds of props or
So
what
that
would
whole-
do this and that, and
Yeah.
and experimenting. Right? He's obviously got the brain
Yeah.
for that and needs to be challenged. But great cat to see if you could ever
Yeah.
catch him.
And that scratchy thing he does do gets on my nerves after a while.
Yeah,
But it's definitely
overused.
him and good for him, right?
I get it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's just these guys that find a thing,
They overdo it.
They overdo
Yeah.
the thing.
It's true.
Right? Just
Yeah.
the odd time it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
there it is. I feel better.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. They overdo it.
Yeah.
Okay. David Gilmour,
Yes.
who we love.
Yeah.
The auction finally happened.
Right. I forgot all about that.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to put you on the hot seat like I like to do.
Oh, great. Numbers. I hate numbers.
It's fun. Okay. His 55 Les Paul Gold Top, which he used on the Wall tour. Okay. So he did songs like Happiest Days of Our Lives, One of My Turns, Last Few Bricks. Went for $450,000. $450,000.
Collectors are going to spend their dough, dude.
I'm starting at the bottom, by the way.
Yeah,
You get
I
this?
get it. Yeah, I'm not surprised yet. Yeah.
The Candy Apple Red 84 Fender Strat that he used on Division Bell and Momentary Lapse of Reason tours.
Yeah.
You've seen it, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
It went for a measly $615,000. Okay? The white Strat, we're getting to the black one, don't worry.
Yeah, I know it's
The
coming.
white Strat that he used on The Wall, Another Brick in the Wall Part 2, the recording of that song,
Yeah,
$1.8 million. Million!
yeah.
What? The 69 Martin D35 acoustic that he played Wish You Were Here,
Okay. Yeah.
just over $1 million.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the 69 Black Strat, this is the biggie.
Yeah.
Take a shot at that.
I am going to say,
And just for our listeners, this is Uncomfortably Numb, Money,
yeah.
fucking Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. This is on all that shit.
I'm going to venture to say $4 million.
Yeah, just under
Really?
39.75. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Holy fuck. Who's got the bank to do that?
Surprisingly,
Somebody.
we live in a world that has a lot of cats that are like that.
Unreal.
There's some passionate people about Pink Floyd and David Gilmour in particular.
Would you put it behind glass and have it rotating, or would you play it?
I would make it so that I could play it because I know.
So you would use it then?
I would definitely use it.
People came over, you would fire it up and...
I would play it.
Right.
No one else would ever touch it.
Right.
That's it.
Okay.
I mean, that's me personally. I think it should be played. I think that you want to
Fair enough.
try to feel the aura. Again, it's all in the hands and everything else. I'm not going to be able to sound
No.
like David Gilmour just
Yeah.
because I have his guitar. Like,
I think I'd be the guy in the glass case
yeah.
rotate thing, yeah. Because if I wanted to sell it again, that next guy might want to know that
Like I
nobody's
said,
fucked with
I
it.
would want to make it accessible.
Right.
Like I have a security code that can get into the glass dome. Of course, I'm going to want to put it on display. Like you're going to drop $4 million on something. Yeah,
it's in the closet.
I think some people want to see this thing, right? But honestly, yeah, I would want to be able to touch it and feel it and just I don't smell it. I don't care what it is, right? Yeah,
you're not throwing it in the back of the closet.
No.
Anyway,
I wouldn't put it in a vault or a museum. I would want to. It'd be my museum.
I just thought, man, that is just incredible what that went for because they did not project that. So he says, these guitars have served me well. They've given me songs and tunes, but I thought it would be good for them to move on and create new music with different people. So he's wanting people to play them.
Right.
Hopefully, they'll also raise a fair bit of money, which they clearly did, which I plan to donate to charity, and that will do some direct good in a world with all of its difficulties.
Love it.
So he wants people to use them. I'm just not sure if I dropped that kind of bank, I'd be using it, but who knows?
Now, again, I'm not going to gigs at the Town and Country Saloon with this guitar. You know what I mean? But if I have a nice Saturday night, again, I would never be under an influence too much of anything if I ever went and touched the instrument.
Right.
Because that's when bad shit happens.
I just thought of something. How about you're in a band, people know you have that guitar, and that's the reason they come out to see you play it. Hey, that Beau guy's got that David Gilmour Strat. Let's go watch him play.
Yeah, I really don't think it would end up on a stage. That's not. Right. I think you'd want to write with that guitar more than you'd want to gig with that guitar.
Yes, for sure. Right.
Purely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Hey, I forgot all about it somehow.
I did too.
I wasn't a bidder. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
I don't have $4 million. Hope it had a case.
You didn't come with a case. That's right. I was extra. Just like Kiss.
Oh, the $80 for the case, please.
David Gilmour's not Gene Simmons, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a downer. Sorry. But Dave Mustaine has throat cancer. So he says, I've been diagnosed with throat cancer. It's clearly something to be respected and faced head on, but I've faced obstacles before. I'm working closely with my doctors. We've mapped out a treatment plan, which they feel has a 90% success rate. Treatment has already begun. Unfortunately, this requires that we cancel shows this year, including the mega cruise. They have their own cruise show.
Right.
So
can you imagine a cruise ship with Megadeth?
Oh, dude, yes. But here's the drag. So you got tickets for that, and he says the band will be a part of it in some form. What does that mean?
Yeah.
All up-to-date information on Megadeth.com, blah, blah, blah. But he's thankful for the whole team, his family, doctors, band members, trainers. I mean, Dickinson went through this. Mm-hmm. This is beatable. So I really hope, and I saw a picture the other day. He's in the studio working on the new album. So he's active, but meanwhile he's getting treatment. So I really hope this turns out because he is just invaluable in the metal community, man. He should be out there making music.
Yeah, and he's a triple threat.
Oh, he's just
songwriter, amazing guitar player, singer.
Yes.
I mean, you look at his catalog and his writing, it's always Grammy contending.
Yep.
Always. Their Megadeth will be in that category every year, most likely.
They don't have a bad album. Well, you could argue Risk was a bit of a departure.
Yeah, but he's somewhat political. He's very intelligent. He doesn't write fluff.
No, not at all. And the guys he surrounds himself with are A-listers every time.
He's a smart guy. Well, I hope he kicks it.
Me too. Yeah, he says, see you soon. So
great.
Yeah. It's time for a Beer, Rum, and Rock and Roll concert review. I went to see the Reverend Horton Heat. Mm-hmm. Psycho rockabilly, as they call it. Are you hip to the Reverend? Do you like the Reverend? Are you indifferent? What's your take
I would
there?
have to say that the comedic side of the lyrics mixed with the rockabilly, he's got his niche.
Yes, indeed.
And I think in a live atmosphere, party night,
it was a lot of fun.
Right? I've never seen him, but I'm aware of it, and I'm aware of his shtick.
Yeah,
and I could see why this would be a draw. I didn't make it to the show, and again, I'm not. Yeah, I'm kind of not like I don't want to be immersed with it for too long, or put on Reverend Horton Heat for
all day long.
Yeah, it's just not happening. Or even the car when I'm driving to work, it's not going to happen too much, but ever. But I could see the draw. Yeah, and live, I bet you was awesome. Well, that's where that kind of fun and frivolity really expresses itself. Right?
Yes, and I've seen him a bunch of times, and it's always fun. Mm. He's got a cool voice. He's a great guitar player. Mm. And you said shtick. To me, that's kind of a negative term. I think it's
true. We could talk
It's
about my
real.
vocabulary. I'm just saying.
I know.
Yeah, it's like
I don't think it's a put
his
on.
niche,
It's,
right?
yeah,
like
his niche for sure.
His niche.
Yeah, it's like fucking Stray Cats meets Metallica. Like it's rockabilly, but it's heavier.
Yeah, and it's a bit more bombastic.
Way more aggressive. Yeah. And I just love it. Like in the early '90s, or was it mid '90s? Their first major label album came out. Liquor in the front.
Yeah,
get it?
Oh.
Poker in the back. Huh? Came out, and as soon as I heard "Baddest of the Bad" and "5-0 Ford," like these songs, the guitar was just so frenetic and intense. I just loved it, and the sense of humor thing, like you said, is just awesome.
But made it turn at 108 and he was up on my back gate and I knew he had something bad underneath that hood. So I pushed it up to 110, that flathead motor's about to give in. I crossed my fingers and prayed to the Lord, don't let me down, you fucked up for it.
Yeah, and his band. So you got Jim Heath on guitar, who was just deadly, and then you got R.J. Contreras on drums and a bass player, Jimbo Wallace, who's been with him forever. So it's the big upright slap bass, right? Well, a regular bass, as you well know, you can't replicate this sound. Like you need, if you want that sound, and it sounds just awesome.
It's a percussive display of the instrument,
exactly,
and it's acoustic.
That's gotta hurt the hand because he is wailing on this thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they've worn it out. Like any guitar player, you look at their the tips of their fingers, and it's just
unreal.
It's just hard, right?
And he's standing on it, and there's no frets on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's
all feel.
It's all feel, and you play
incredible.
this, but they do this.
Yes, of
and
course.
And don't veer too far. That's what I'm saying.
No.
But it's part of the act. It's part of the performance. It's
totally.
They're moving and they're really feeling the music. You know.
Oh yeah.
This genre of music, right?
And it's not all just the same either. Like there's slow songs, fast songs. Like it's not. I want to paint the picture that all it is just full tilt all the time. It's not.
No.
There's some tasty guitar going on too, right? Yeah, the energy's always there,
right?
Because it's just a blend of so many different styles, right? Surf and country and rock and
oh yeah,
it's killer. Like some of the fucking song titles: "Wiggle Stick," "Big Red Rocket of Love," "Baby I'm Drunk." His new single's "Hog Tying Woman."
Yeah.
It's got a video and everything, Beau.
Right.
I got a hog-tying woman. Hey! A hog-tying woman. Hey! I'm hog-tied. Woo! I'm hog-tied. Hey! Got a hog-tying woman. 'Cause she's hog-tied me.
See, that's what I like to. We talked about on the last show, Winona's Big Brown Beaver.
Yes.
These song titles, you know what you're going to get.
It's fun.
You know what you're going to get. You're going to get a fun piece of music.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he played a 27 song set.
Yeah.
This was a long show. Like by the end, you are exhausted.
I mean, their songs are generally short, but still 27 songs.
Not that short.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a lot of songs to remember, play, sing, perform. That's a lot of music.
Yes. And they're tight as fuck.
Yeah.
Like they're so good.
Yeah.
You'd appreciate that. They did a cover of Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
Okay.
And I've heard them do it before.
Okay.
And it's just awesome. I mean, that's what we're talking about. And it seemed seamless.
Yeah.
Right? Because it is.
Yeah.
Like it made total sense and the crowd went fucking mental.
But that also says a lot about a great song.
That's true too.
Right.
Yeah. And just to add to it, he had a couple guests come on. And I didn't know who these cats were. Lance Lipinski. He comes out. He's got the
These are guys touring with him?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they didn't have, not as part of Reverend's set.
Yeah.
Like they didn't have their own thing.
No, but
joined the band.
they just joined and they're for that reason only.
Yes. So
okay.
Lance Lipinski comes out.
Okay.
And he's got the full
Must be Polish. I like
full
the Polish
pompadour.
kids. Okay.
He's got the leopard blazer, the shoes.
Wow.
Who is this fucking guy?
Yeah.
He sits down at the keyboard and proceeds to go mental. Elbow drags. And
Wow.
It added a whole other element to this thing.
Playing with the band?
Playing with the band. And singing.
And singing.
Yeah. Who is this guy?
Yeah.
Everybody's looking around like, holy shit.
Did he do a number of tunes?
He did a number of tunes.
Okay,
and he
great.
also accompanied a number of tunes.
Okay,
Now
great.
we're adding piano to this.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Fun.
It's like Little Richard just got on stage, right?
Yeah. Again, performance-based, right? Like this all comes from that world.
And it felt like they're trying to all prop each other up.
Yeah.
Because it's a small niche thing, like you're saying, right?
But also they're all vibing off each other.
Yes.
I mean, like everybody, when they do this show every night, they're just looking for opportunities to just amp things up, right?
And they did.
Yeah, great.
And then they brought out another guy, Bloodshot Bill.
The names of the songs, the names of the guys, it's all part of the culture.
It is.
Yeah.
He had this piece of shit guitar, and he was playing it like it owed him money, like fucking just beating the shit out of it, right? And he had the greasy hair, which fell immediately because he's just rocking out.
Yeah, sweating it up.
Look him up. Yeah, he's got a bunch of his own stuff.
Cool.
Again, in that
show
same
notes
world.
here, kids.
Yeah.
Take a look because
if you're into this rockabilly thing, these guys are really good at it. But so you got two other bands on the bill.
you caught them both?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I knew this going in. It's going to be a late show. Like it's a pub, so it's
yeah.
it's not going to be over at
Right.
11. It's going to be over at 1.
Right.
So we got there about 9 o'clock. Yeah. The opening band was called the Hoot and Hollers. So it's a full rockabilly night, but they don't all sound the same. There's different degrees of rockabilly.
Right.
So after the night was over, I didn't need to hear rockabilly for a while.
Right.
However, the Hoot and Hollers were awesome. So the drummer stands,
Right.
like Slim Jim from Stray
fun.
Cats,
Yeah.
and he's singing,
Yeah.
and the guitar player's singing, and no bass. They got a baritone sax player,
Right.
a chick.
Right. That's
Well,
a big instrument for a lady. I'm not saying that
Dude.
they can't handle it, but I mean, if
No.
you've seen a Barry sax, it's ridiculous.
She was working that sax.
Yes,
buddy.
it's hard
and it
work.
sounded awesome. Like I've never heard that combination before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I made a note of who these guys are and looked them up afterwards, and great. And the energy, again, this is what that show is about. The energy of this music. You can't sit still.
Yeah.
Like people are moshing to this stuff.
See, that's an instrument. You mentioned the Barry sax because it's like the lowest brass instrument in the sax world.
Yes, it is.
And it has this percussive attack and this kind of low mid-range punch. I love hearing it.
Oh, you'll love this. You should look them up, man.
Yeah.
I think you'll like it.
I like hearing it.
Yeah.
You know, not soloing.
No, there was no baritone sax solo that I recall.
I don't want to hear that, but some of that punctuated stuff, it just that rips your ears. A new one is what
It
I'm
was just
saying.
different.
Yeah.
And I thought, hey, this is refreshing and cool.
Oh, I got a girl, she got rhythm and blues. I see her when she walking in high heel shoes. Rockin' and rollin' all damn night. Look pretty good, I made her feel alright. She don't give a fuck, there's nothing to do. Rockin' and rollin' with the rhythm and blues.
And then there's a band called Delta Bombers after that, which is more traditional rockabilly, but again, more aggressive than the Stray Cats, let's say. I love the Stray Cats, but again, it was kind of more aggressive again.
Right. Yeah, the genre of music of rockabilly, pretty passionate group that don't veer too far off the track
Yes.
when it comes to that, and that's what they do.
Yes.
It's like the culture.
And that was on display
Right?
there. It was full.
I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like put on your party suit and go play. It's like I live this every day of my life.
People were into it. A lot were dressed the part with the hair and the threads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like
It's a
shirts and
world.
jacket.
And again, for, I don't know what it was, $40 or something. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I just left there just exhausted
Yeah.
by how good it was, right?
Yeah.
There you go. It was a lot of fun, man.
Awesome.
I wish you could have been there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some new music, man. There's a lot out there, and it's hard to navigate because there's just a lot. So we're here to help you,
Unfortunately,
whether you like it or not.
there's been a bunch of new music that just got released, which is
Yes, so some of these are newer than others,
Right.
but they're 2019,
right.
the past few months,
Right.
let's say.
This is new music.
Yeah, some
This is-
got bias, what
Right.
can we say?
Okay.
So the first on the docket is Peter Frampton's new covers album, All Blues.
Right.
Can you guess what kind of music it is?
Neoclassical jazz.
Yes, it's a jazz album. Of course, it's all blues covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I dig it. Here's what he had to say before we get into it. I've always loved to play the blues. When we formed Humble Pie, the first material we played together was just that. For the last 2 summers, I'd been playing a handful of blues numbers every night on stage with Steve Miller, which you and I both saw.
Right.
I enjoyed this immensely, and it gave me the idea of doing an all blues album live in the studio with my band. So that's exactly what he did. He's got his own studio in Nashville, brought his band in, and basically recorded a live blues album. I mean, there's some overdubs, but it's basically live off the floor in his studio. And that's what it sounds like. And what I like about it, he's not doing exactly, like he's making them his own. It's not like it's exactly the same as the original.
Yeah.
And that's what you want.
Yeah.
I think it sounds great. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Keep in mind, this guy's almost 70. He has still got amazing dexterity and the ability to play his style, which not everybody puts him in their top 5 most amazing guitar players. Super underrated.
Yeah.
Been playing at a high level his whole life.
Since he was a kid, man.
Right. You know.
Yeah.
So I was very interested in what this was going to be.
Right.
Getting over the fact that it is this almost 70-year-old guy singing some of these blues songs. But the playing is just so good. The sound is so good from his studio. And the fact that it's live off the floor.
Yeah.
With this band that he's put together.
Yeah.
Is really awesome to hear. And this record has some interesting collaborations.
Yes, it does.
With some interesting players that are not top of mind.
No.
But they all have a unique thing, is what I noticed. Larry Carlton.
I didn't know them all, that's for sure.
I heard the names, but again, I wasn't familiar with every note or really what their big thing was. But Larry Carlton, Steely Dan, the music that they were putting out was a different beast altogether.
Yes.
Completely removed from Peter Frampton on a track called All Blues.
Yeah.
That, there's a different player on that song. Mm-hmm. But you just love it. Sonny Landreth.
Yes.
This guy,
I had heard of him.
Right. You heard the name, but he's got this, what do they call it? Slideco.
He's the slide guy.
Right. But they call it Slideco with him because he's brought in this Zydeco type attack to the slide playing.
Right. Do you like that?
In moderation, again, he's got a niche.
In moderation.
And this is about some more niche things, right?
Yeah. And he's on The Thrill Is Gone.
Yes.
Which is a B.B. King track.
Right.
Everybody
and
knows.
A pretty standard blues song, right? That people like to sing.
That he's bringing something new to, like you're saying.
He is.
Yeah.
And Clapton said of this guy that he was like one of the most gifted and talented musicians.
Well, you mentioned Clapton on those Crossroads festivals. A bunch of them are on DVD. He's always in there. Mm-hmm. You see him and you're like, I recognize that guy. Right. But I'll admit, I don't have any of his music in my library.
No, but you hear the name and you go,
that's right.
He's propped up on a pedestal by a lot of key guys.
He really is, yeah.
Yeah. And the other guy, Steve Morse.
Who we both know well. Yeah, I know that guy.
We do. And you know that there's a new guitar player on that track too.
Dude.
It's just like this guitar comes out of left field. So there was, these nice collaborations on this record.
Yes.
There are some songs, I got to say this about the record, because I was really looking forward to hearing it.
Yes.
And the first 2 tracks just kind of,
yeah.
It didn't come in the way I thought it should.
Yeah.
And on first listen, and I'm going to tell you, I've listened to each record exactly twice.
That sounds about right.
From start to finish in different environments. I listened to it in the car, and then I listened to it in headphones.
You headphoned it, nice.
Yes, I wanted to hear a bit of everything.
Nice work.
In different environments. I just wanted to go at this with just a kind of an attack.
Sure. Yeah.
So first listen to this record, I'm like, I want to change the order of these songs. I really wish he didn't do a couple.
Well, some of these songs I was not a fan of in the first place. Like She Caught the Katy.
Yeah. Wow, that's song 2.
Blues Brothers did that one.
Right.
And I didn't like it then either. So, but the one that stood out for me, shocker, it's going to be a shock to you, is Georgia on My Mind, the instrumental.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was song 3, and that's when I go, okay.
We're back.
Now we're where we need to be. Me and My Guitar.
Yeah.
That should have been song one.
I wish I could argue with you, but I can't. Yeah,
That should have been song one.
Yeah.
When I heard it at 6 or 7, I don't know where it is on the list.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah. Same old blues. Ends this. I mean, I get it, bookend the thing, but that song.
That's a strong track.
And he sang it great.
Yes.
And a great song.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, it's a thing of the same old blues.
I really did enjoy listening to the record the second time around.
Right.
And I kind of just skipped the first two.
You know what? I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, this is a strong album. If you like this type of music, this is a no-brainer. Like, it's really good.
Yeah, and it's something you haven't heard this guy do.
Exactly.
Unless you saw him live.
Right.
And why not have a bit more Peter Frampton, especially because he can play so well.
And it's coming to an end. He's got that muscular disease or whatever. It's going to be over soon. So fucking enjoy it while you can.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is good and well worth checking it out.
Yeah. Okay, 2 thumbs up on that one. Okay, in the same vein, Kenny Wayne Sheppard's new on The Traveler.
Right.
I like Kenny Wayne Sheppard, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm an expert on his music. I don't have all his albums or whatever, but I know this. When I hear him, I fucking like it. Like, this guy can play.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And he's been at it since the early 90s or whatever.
Well, here's the thing about Kenny Wayne Sheppard. He's
a bit of a Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Of course, but no
guy.
Instruction.
Right.
All self-taught.
That's right.
Got a cheap postage stamp deal guitar at 6.
Right.
Started to dial in. His dad was in radio or in media of some sort, and concert promotion and stuff like that. So it was around. His dad obviously loved music, so that's where it started.
That's pretty common.
Exactly. And if it's around and visible and approachable, and your parents let you
right let you
let
turn
you touch
it down,
let you touch it or get an instrument, because there's some that just don't want the racket. But got into it pretty young. I mean, at 13, he was seen and heard by a performer, and that just escalated his rise, because he was not even 20 when he had his record out.
And I remember
18 when he had his first record.
I remember when that one came out.
Yeah.
It got my attention.
Good looking kid.
Yep.
Incredible player.
Yeah.
What can you say? I mean, he had a big hit with Blue on Black.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. He's got 9 albums. 3 of them, keep in mind the genre we're talking about here, 3 of them went platinum.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
In blues rock? Are you kidding me? 3 of them went platinum, man.
And most people think he sings.
He does.
He does, but he's got...
Not all the time.
But yeah, most of it
I like what he does, personally. He's got a great vocalist, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I do like when he sings.
Right.
But yeah.
But it's you'd think that's all him, but it's not.
That's right.
So let's get to this record, because now we know a little bit about Kenny Wayne. He's been around, and he's played with a lot of big blues heavies. Like, they all appreciate him. He all appreciates all of them. So he's part of that world.
And he's not just
on a different level.
A blues guy. There's rock in there. There's country in there. Like, he's a hybrid of all those things.
Sure.
Blues is the big one, but still, it's not like heavy on the blues.
So I was pretty excited.
Yeah.
To crank this up.
Well, you mentioned he's with heavy hitters. Let's talk about the band.
Sure.
So we got Noel Hunt on vocals. This guy's got some pipes.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And it's its own thing. Like, he's got it's not blah.
No, it is not. And it's got a rasp to it, which I'm a sucker for.
Yeah.
This guy, Kevin McCormick on bass, and a couple keyboard players, Jimmy McGorman and Joe Crown. But the key on drums, Chris Layton.
Right.
Who played for Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, of course. Sorry, I'm blanking. I'm going. I thought you were going to say
Why
it.
is Manny putting me on the hot seat?
No. But I knew he had a guy in for Double Trouble in his band. Yes, of course.
Chris
it's the drummer.
Layton.
Right.
Man, you're getting the stamp from this guy who played with the fucking master.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
well, that's what he said. That's what he said. He was totally inspired by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yes.
At a very young age, right?
And now the drummer is with him. I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah. And he's got that. I don't know, that Stevie Ray Vaughan drumming sensibility.
Well, it swings, right?
That just exactly. There's the word. Swings. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could hear it. So he's 42 now, Kenny.
Yeah.
9 albums in.
Yeah.
And this one's great. Like, it's like a lot of acts or bands. I know going into this what it's going to be, and I know I'm going to like it. The odds of me not liking this album are really slim. Unless he fucking goes on some rabbit hole, I'm going to like it.
See, and I was, again, not, it got bro country for me right off the top. The first song.
I like the first song a lot.
See, that was so bro country to me.
Come on.
I'm not lying.
Florida Georgia line you were hearing there?
That bro,
I like that.
Bro country in the it was too country. It was too country.
Right.
And there's a lot of that on this record. There's like 3 or 4 songs to me that triggered that switch.
I hate that stuff, and I like that. So I don't know what I'm missing.
So I don't
I'm missing
know.
something.
I just right away going, I needed
right.
a bit more blues here.
You want a little more blues?
Yeah, because
okay,
that
fair
stuff
enough.
just you know how your hair goes up, they crawl back into my skin.
That's the tell.
When I hear the bro. So I was right away like, no.
You know, maybe it's because I know it's him. That it doesn't sound bro country?
Possible.
Right?
Possible, because you
Maybe
got
I'm
this
coming
aesthetic to him. I'm going to go
Right.
to my notes here because I had a, my first listen, it was too much bro country.
God, I hope you don't ruin it for me. Now I'm going to listen to it
And
again.
second
it's like,
listen, I skipped all of them. I made notes of where the bro country tinge came on, and I
4 times?
skipped all those tracks.
What'd you think of the covers? The Buffalo Springfield / Neil Young, Mr. Soul. Did you like that?
Great playing, the nonstop banging of the snare. This was a
I liked
highlight.
it.
This was a highlight
Yeah.
on the record because it was so far removed from most
The bro
everything
country.
else that was on there. So that song hit me.
Any girl in the world could have easily known me better. She said, "You're strange, but don't change," and I let her.
Turn to Stone, the closer.
The Joe Walsh. That's a Joe Walsh song.
Right. It's
Yeah.
and to hear him play the guitar like you want him to play it.
He wails on that song.
And you know it's getting stronger. Can't last very much longer. Turn to stone.
I don't know, some of the songwriting like Gravity I just didn't get into.
You know what? That was a single off it, and I didn't dig it that much either.
And that's surprising that it was, because it just
I don't know what it was.
It didn't hit me as
When I hear that title, I thought of John Mayer, Gravity, which is a great song.
right. And you could compare these guys all day long about early, young, crazy, gifted
You could.
guitar players.
Yeah, you could. So we're liking about half of this one.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
It's a good half, though.
It was a pick and choose thing.
I wasn't hammered with the bro country thing, but fuck, now I'm going to listen to it, and that's what I'm going to hear, and you're going to ruin it for me, you fucker.
It's a tough one, man.
Because I hate that music so much.
Me too. Oh,
I can't even tell you. Oh,
it just
Can we change the subject?
It just says
I'm
red
getting angry.
solo cup and fucking
Baseball
pickup
caps on
trucks.
backwards.
And girl, we only use half the seat.
the girl sitting in the middle, and the baseball cap on backwards.
yeah.
I know. Okay, well, we don't want to taint this because we like Kenny Wayne Sheppard, yes?
We do.
Like, I still haven't seen him. Have you seen him live?
No, but
haven't either.
I would recommend that go back.
Yeah, go back.
Go
Yep.
back and experience this guy first if you got the opportunity.
It's still a decent album, but you're right. His best stuff is earlier for sure.
Yeah, and I think that I would love to see him live.
He's got a great live album too. Mm-hmm. So there's that. I'll give you this. Maybe he's shooting for the radio a little bit here.
Maybe.
But why would you do that in this day and age? Radio's a fucking dead thing. Like, don't do that. If that's what he
No, you're
he's
looking
doing.
at a fan base where these people are.
They don't
are
give a
so-
fuck about
they-
the radio.
No, but they
Yeah.
are so passionate
Yeah.
about that style of music.
Yeah. So yeah, 2 thumbs sideways, marginally up.
I think that, this one kind of just
Yeah.
a 50-50 split on this one. There's some
agree
good
to that to
stuff,
a
some
point.
really great playing,
Well, that's for sure.
and that's what helps.
Yeah.
But songs and some stuff going on there that just didn't work.
But some of it was great.
But some of it was great.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk Peretz Bernstein. Do you know who this guy is?
Yeah, I do. I think he might be Jewish.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Perry Farrell. Mm-hmm. He has a new record out. I love Jane's Addiction.
Yes, as do I.
Before we got to our show, I had Ritual de Habitual on because
Yes.
it's just so.
Say that 3 times fast.
I love it.
Yeah.
I can't tire this record every time I put it on. And
Well, it's a 90s staple. I mean, it's just awesome. And Nothing Shocking is where I came in, that first one.
Yeah,
And
right.
I love it too.
right. Yeah. This one just had a bit more, I don't know, it was less college and a bit more something
Yeah.
else.
There was more substance to it for sure.
Right.
Yep.
I always liked his voice. I liked how it cut
Me too.
through. Like, hey, and you know me,
Yeah.
in regards to if I don't get a vocalist and there's something
Yeah.
unique about it, I want to run.
Well, he's
from it.
unique to the nth
So
degree.
you think that I might
Yeah.
go that way on this one, but I didn't.
Right.
I just felt it was, especially the style of music he was doing at that time. It just
Yeah.
cut through like a razor blade, and the grooves and the hooks of his early stuff was just everything I loved.
Right.
In a new band.
Yet you
at
don't
the
like
time.
Navarro. That's what's funny.
The problem is I didn't like Navarro because he became this poster boy of
Right.
a bit too cool for school, and that just turns
When
me
he did
right off.
Rockstar, the show.
Right. You know what I
That's when
mean? With the midriff, and we talk about Def Leppard, Phil Collins, right?
Yeah.
It's like this was just not Carmen Electra, all
That's
that
interesting.
stuff, right?
Why didn't that bother me? But Phil Collins does. This
Yeah.
is interesting.
Yeah.
Because he's no shirt guy all the time.
Because that
Didn't
turned me
bother
right off. Like, it's like, you know what? I'm looking at Playgirl right now, and I'm just like, I don't want it,
Maybe you didn't like your bits are tingling and you didn't like it.
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm pretty convinced I'm not.
See, I like him. He's a bit, I'm a rock star guy, but I love the way he plays.
But that's what I liked.
Yeah.
So believe me, I liked what he did,
I know,
but I
I
didn't
know.
like what he presented.
I'm just busting
right?
your balls.
Yeah, I
I
know
know.
you are.
I think Perry is a bit like Geddy Lee in that either you like his voice or you fucking don't.
Yeah.
Like, I really like it. But,
man,
I
did
could
it-
see some people that wouldn't.
Sure.
It's pretty screechy
Totally.
and weird and
But the songs.
Oh, yeah.
The songs that
Yeah.
work with that voice, it made so much sense. It's different
Yeah.
when the songs don't allow for that freedom of expression.
No, I love him.
Then
too.
when it doesn't jump out at me. But
Yeah. Can I just say one more thing about Jane's?
yes, you can. Yeah.
They've been going for what? 35 years? I don't know with the math.
I think
a long
they
time.
have to be like
Early 90s. A long fucking time.
92, yeah.
4 albums.
Right. But
This-
but Perry did other records like
Yeah,
Porno
but
for Pirates and
yeah,
stuff.
I know, but this is nowhere on the level of Jane's.
I know.
I'm just saying, here's
Yeah.
a band who has a career today.
Yeah.
If they came here, it would sell out
Yeah.
4 albums worth
Yeah.
of material.
Yeah.
That's very odd.
Yeah.
That you're around that long
Sure.
and the body of work is so small, but so impactful, right?
Right.
That's the thing.
And it was so fresh.
Yeah.
It was at that time you got Chili's and Jane and
All the grunge and
the grunge
Faith No
stuff going
More,
on. But
Brandis.
it was just
There's a lot of good music at that time. Oh my God.
there was, and it was all quite different.
Exactly.
Right?
It was all really
And
different.
he was so different. So I was
Yes.
pretty interested going
Yeah.
into this record.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
No problem. And
Yeah.
so I turned the volume up.
Yeah.
And first track, I'm going, this suits it.
Yep.
This happy. Let's start the record happy. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
just got this happy vibe. And I'm like, okay, I'm hearing Perry, right?
Yes.
Second track, holy shit. Love it.
Who do you think he's thinking about or talking about on that
Yeah,
track?
exactly.
What's it called? Where's my notes?
No. It was
Pirate
called
punk politician.
Pirate punk politician. Yeah.
Gee, who's he
So
singing
it's
about that?
political, but the
Yeah.
track was so suited to him and so I'm already going, fuck yeah. 2
Yeah.
songs in.
And I like that second track a lot.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Pirate Boy! position. I got you in a bad position. Like a politician. And I don't need nobody's permission.
Okay, so he's got his wife, Eddie.
Yeah.
I can't remember her last name. I
Have
could
you
look
seen
it
her?
up, but
She's not unattractive.
I am sure she ain't. And
She's been part of their-
She sounds gorgeous.
She's been part of Jane's stage show for years.
right.
She's
And
a dancer. Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
it's a collaborative
Yes, right.
love affair there going on. I was getting way less Perry and a lot more Eddie, and it just kind of. The record just started great, which was exactly the opposite of the other two that I listened to.
Yeah.
It started great, and then just did this U-turn.
I thought of John and Yoko.
Exactly, and duets in
Maybe
general.
not to that extreme, but I did think of it.
I do, and I think of pop music. Like this went so poppy quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly for me, it lost all, and that's why I was cranking Ritual to Habitual when I came in.
Right.
Because I was missing it completely on this record. I was missing Perry on this record.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah,
It's so all over the place is the thing, though.
that's the problem.
It kind of just, which is kind of, I kind of expect that almost from him. Like he's so eclectic and I hate to use the word weird because that sounds like a negative. He's weird in a good way. I like what he does.
Yeah.
He dresses odd and he sounds odd and he's creative as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of expect it, like his other solo album, which I have 18 years ago or whatever. It's like that too. It's not Jane's Addiction. And I know that going in.
Yeah.
Because what's missing on this album, I think, is Dave Navarro.
Well, it's
You're
missing all the edge.
You're missing that guitar.
Yeah, there's no guitar. Like there's a couple of tracks that feature a bit of it.
Yeah.
It's a bit edgy, kept in that Perry Farrell kind of range. But then it became all anthemic and poppy and soundtracky. But you hear a song called Snakes Have Many Hips.
I like that song, actually.
I like the vibe of it,
Yeah.
but it's right out of a movie to me.
Right.
That's right out of a
I can see that.
Tarantino
I can see
or
that.
totally.
Yeah.
And it almost feels like it was written for a film. Like lyrically, like
Sure.
it might be addressing something.
That doesn't have to
visually
be
on
a
the
bad
screen.
thing.
It's not a bad
Right.
thing,
Yeah.
but it didn't feature Perry in a way that you'd think it would feature Perry.
You made a lousy friend, and so I made you my lover. Snakes have many hips. Snakes have many hips. No one knows about the little freak I discovered. Snakes have many hips. Snakes have many hips. I use my shiny fangs to subdue my prey. Watch them hips. Watch them waving. I use my many hips. I have to swagger and sway.
It's hard not to compare it to Jane's Addiction stuff, but that's part of the problem. If you could just somehow put that out of your head, it helps, but it's hard to do.
But even if you put that out of your head, then you got this duet stuff that's going on with with these songs that are anthemic.
Yeah,
and I mean,
I know.
let's talk about a couple here.
Yes.
Spend the Body. It might as well be on top 40 pop radio.
I was not a fan of that one.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't want to hear that. Let's All Pray for This World, this weird anthem at the last track that it was.
That just felt like filler to me.
I didn't even know what.
Yeah.
And it's asking us, it's like a sing-along thing. And it's like, I don't get it. Machine Girl.
I didn't mind that one.
Well, it wasn't catchy enough to me and lyrically catchy enough to me to say that it meant anything or did anything.
But she sings, I mean, she's not like Yoko Ono screaming over stuff. Like, it's not that bad.
But it had too much of that anthemic, poppy, almost vanilla flavor to it that I just didn't get it.
Speak to me, machine girl. I like sex talking to you. Speak to me, machine girl. I get so emotional. Keep talking, sweet talking. Let's talk about the things in the dark that I let you do.
There's not even a handful of tracks that really rocked my world.
No.
But I like the fact, though, that he is him and doesn't give a fuck what we think, and he's going to make the album he wants to make. I do like that.
But you asked my wife.
He's not catering to anybody here.
Yeah. You ask my wife, who loves Jane's Addiction,
Yeah.
his market, for sure. Because she was always into that quirky.
That's what I'm
kind
saying.
of- yeah.
Like, he's-
that she listened to the record and she says, I want to hear that a few more times.
Right.
Like it's asking you to do that.
Which is good.
So if you're going into this record
Yeah.
expecting Jane's Addiction, it ain't. I think this record will grow on fans,
That means it's not boring to me.
but there is some
Right.
boring here.
Right.
And that's what I found interesting. If it's got a groove and a thing, I can get through a kind of a boring melodic kind of phrasing. As long as the groove is driving along, I'm
Right.
good, right?
Right.
But if it doesn't have that and it doesn't have the other thing, there's some vanilla on here that just gets a
Oh,
bit
I
too
agree.
blasé.
There's some throwaway stuff on here for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only 9 tracks. It's not like one of these 16 track albums,
No.
but it's a bit all over the place is my criticism. But a lot of it's good.
Yeah, it's a bit all over the place and
You
just
know.
not enough Perry for me.
Yeah, I don't feel that so much.
Yeah.
But-
the way I like to hear Perry, I guess,
Right.
is the way I'm saying it.
You're just thinking of Jane's Addiction again. See, this is the problem.
Agreed.
It's hard not to.
Agreed, but I just felt
Yeah.
it suited him so well.
Yeah.
It suited him so well.
But he doesn't want to, he could do that easily. He obviously wants to
Sure.
stretch in other directions.
Now they got
You know.
Taylor Hawkins on here from Foo Fighters. What track is he on? Do you know this? I was never able to deduce this. I heard that he was on.
That's
and
a good
so-
question.
And so was Elliot Easton from the Cars.
He plays guitar, right?
Yeah.
And
He's-
George Harrison's son's on it, I read.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Lee's on it. I mean,
Oh.
this guy clearly has a lot of fans in diverse areas of music,
Yeah.
right?
It's just
Yeah.
I missed what I really liked about the dude.
What'd you think of production? Like Tony Visconti, who does Bowie and T-Rex and Thin Lizzy and Iggy Pop, he produced it. It sounded good.
It sounded good, but again, the
Right?
songs to me were becoming these.
No, I understand. I'm just saying the actual sound of it was good.
Sure. There's some songs of that really exude his worldliness, I guess, because he exudes that
Well,
to
it
me.
felt a bit trippy and psychedelic in spots,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? It's like you
Well,
gotta
that, but also kind of tribal too, in
Right.
some ways,
right.
right?
I guess I mean this just sounds like this discussion we're having. It's interesting. However you slice it, you have to
Oh.
like it or not like it. It's
Right.
It's interesting.
It's not.
This doesn't sound like anything else.
Although,
Yeah.
it had these tinges to me of the pop world.
Yes, it did.
That just
Yep.
went too far that way for me personally.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, and your John and Yoko
You like that?
elusive thing
Yes.
speaks volumes.
And I couldn't help but notice he was on Fallon, I think. And what track did he do?
Yeah,
Pirate Punk Politician, because that's the one that rocks, right? And it did rock. It was a great performance, and I'm like, ooh, this album's going to be great.
right.
Well,
See,
that
as
was
a
my-
rock fan with him,
Yeah, we're
that's where I want to hear him.
I know. We're rock guys.
I was hoping for more. That's all. Hoping for more.
Yes, hoping for more. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's move on, buddy.
Cool.
This is a band I love, but very few people know who they are. At least people I talk to. Who are the Heavy?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Then I go, well, you ever heard that song, How You Like Me Now?
Yeah.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah.
Because it was in a million movies and TV shows and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Obama's election night. It was
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where I first heard them.
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's
who's
the
that?
first track I heard too.
Well, then they've got one album before that, and I bought all their albums after that. I mean, they're awesome.
So how you like me now? 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 Remember the time.
They're a British band.
Great players.
Oh, how about that vocalist, dude? He sounds like James Brown, but edgier. Like he's got a rasp to his voice.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
He's got a bigger voice,
Yes.
much bigger. What's great about this record is that his vocal treatment
Yep.
on the songs are vastly different.
Yes. Yes.
But man, do they all do the same thing, and that is suck you in.
Yep. Yep.
Again, I was very excited to hear this record, and so you brought up the vocalist, and
Yeah.
that was paramount already.
I agree. And they're, again, a band that's going to give you what you want. They're not going to go Perry
you know
Farrell
what
here.
you know what you're going to get out of this
They
band.
write party tunes, upbeat,
Funk.
catchy as fuck.
Oh,
Not all the same pace. That's not what I mean. I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it. And this is not their best album. even though it's fucking wicked. Like, I have all their albums. This is not the best one. Yet, it's awesome.
That may change, too, because
Yep.
I felt like, again, I listened to each record twice, and on the second listen, I was more impressed, and I was already impressed on the first listen. Like, I knew what I was hoping to get.
Yep.
I got it all.
Oh.
All of it. The noisy guitar hooks.
Yes.
The
guitar player's wicked, hey?
Oh. And again, everything is, when it needs to be up front, it's up front.
Yes. Well, let's name these guys. So Kevin Swaby is your lead vocalist.
Yeah.
Dan Taylor on guitar, Spencer Page on bass, and Chris Ewell on drums. This is album number 5.
Right.
Why aren't these guys bigger? They've never been here to my knowledge. Like, what the fuck? Why aren't these guys big?
Well,
this is incredible music.
It is, again, niche. Like, it's not.
If you're not tapping your foot to this, there is something wrong with you.
You're going to tap your foot to it for sure.
Like,
but again, you got to be into the funk.
What's the niche? Fucking kick ass? Is that the niche?
Hey, you're speaking to the choir on that one.
Oh my God, it's good.
Oh, and it's good quiet. It's good loud. It's good every which way.
I'm thinking right now, a few years ago, they were on David Letterman.
Yeah.
And they did a song called What Makes a Good Man.
Yeah.
Man, they had these background singers, and this song was just huge and just awesome.
It's like James Brown funk, but with just maybe 25% more in your face.
Oh, way more in your face. Yes.
Right? Like you could say James Brown's in your face at the time because he definitely fucking was in your face.
You know what I mean.
Right, but now they've amped it up and
Yes.
they've done this, but in a very smart, tasty way. Like it's
And the horns and some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a bad mood and you throw this on and it doesn't change, this is party music.
Yeah.
Like if you're having a house party and you have fucking Spotify, throw in the heavy mix.
Yeah.
This party will take off.
And there wasn't a whole lot of stuff that didn't work for me on this record. Like
I like every fucking song.
See, this is what I'm saying. Like nothing turned me off.
No.
At all.
I can't think of a bad song in their catalog. That's where I'm at. Like,
and that's a great record, and a great record in the sense of, again, sticking true to their thing.
Exactly.
But it's
love
all
that.
uniquely different. The grooves are, of course, this is a groove-based band.
That is the word, groove.
But production and style, and like they have all the things going for you that you will not be making a mistake here by grabbing this record and listen to it, man. It's
that heavy for you, that opening song. Am I heavy for you? Am I heavy for you? I'm like, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Fucking go, buddy.
Yeah.
Like, I know I've said this a million times. This is all killer, no filler.
Yeah. And
Like-
that's what you're hoping for when a band comes out with a new record.
Yes.
That you've been digging everything. You're going, okay, please be as good as the last because I need a bit more of you. And this
Yes.
is what happened, right?
You just want everybody to know about this band. That's where I'm at with it.
My first listen, yes, loved it. Second listen, just having fun listening to the great playing and started to pick apart all the parts because I was already sucked into the song. Now I'm going, holy fuck, why does it sound so amazing? And I'm listening to every little tiny kind of minutia. It's a perfect time to come out with this record.
Yep.
Summer,
Yes.
this should be on every boom box, outdoor speaker, car stereo.
Whatever speaks to you could be a lot of things. This speaks to me on every fucking level.
And you know the band, like you said, they've been on every
Like-
film and TV show and stuff like that. Like,
Man. And again,
it's going to feel familiar. is what I'm
5
saying.
albums, they're all good albums. Like you get them all. Like it's really good stuff.
Oh, yeah. And I'm a sucker for a great band name.
The
Heavy. Fuck me.
Check. Why wasn't that taken, I wonder?
This is nuts.
Right?
This
'Cause
is
they're not
nuts
exactly,
to me. This is nuts to me when you hear it.
Not
and you go,
exactly new.
and it's so perfectly connected to the style of music because they're laying that groove down heavy.
Oh, yes. Like, I want to see them like in Nashville or New Orleans or something. You know what I mean?
For sure.
But it just sucks when a band like that we love so much, but
Yeah.
they're 5 albums in, have never been here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what? I think that sounds like a beer and rum and rock and roll road trip one day.
Oh, I would travel to see the Heavy.
See?
No problem.
See, I think it might be
No problem.
it might be a travel date for us at some point.
Well, let's look at their itinerary.
Okay.
New album means new tour.
Yeah, exactly. Because you do want to see these guys. I mean, that's really cool about a band too, that their music is so situated to the live deal.
Oh, you can hear that.
Right.
Imagine that live.
Exactly, that you want to. Some don't have that, but they do.
They definitely do.
And if they're not coming here, that'd be a band I'd like to check out.
I'm surprised they don't have a live album, now that you've mentioned it.
Yeah, but it feels live.
So it does. That's true.
So what's the point?
Add some crowd.
Right?
Who cares?
Yeah, whatever.
That's true.
You know what? I'm going to mix you a live album from the Heavy.
Some stock crowd noise. Yeah. Anyway, thumbs way the fuck up on that one.
Yeah.
Okay. For the road, one more. Hollywood Vampires Rise.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, Hollywood Vampires is a bit of a super group. You got Johnny Depp on guitar.
And you say him first. This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is
Well, I'm
crazy.
picturing him on stage. You got Johnny Depp.
Yeah, on left. Okay.
You got Alice Cooper in the middle.
yeah.
And you got Joe Perry on the right.
Right.
This is your band.
Your celebrity front line is right here.
Yeah. No, these guys are well known.
Of course.
And then you got a couple guys from Alice Cooper's band.
Yeah.
Glenn Sobel on drums and Tommy Hendrickson on guitar, who I've seen many times. These guys are fucking dialed. Then on bass, you got Chris Wise, who's been with The Cult, Ozzy.
Yeah.
He's a well-known cat, too.
Yeah.
But the core of the band is the big three up front.
Sure. Everybody's staring at them with their camera phones.
Exactly. It's Johnny, look my way.
Oh, yeah.
Their first album came out a few years ago, and it was all covers, basically. I think there was 2 originals on it. Doesn't matter. Mostly covers. And it's based on... The Hollywood Vampires is the name of a group of hardcore drinkers back in the 70s. Alice was one of them. You had the guy from the Monkees, Mickey Dolenz,
Mickey, yeah.
Harry Nielsen, some singer-songwriter cat, and Keith Moon, and who was the other guy? John Lennon.
Okay.
John Lennon, that guy. So this is where that came from. They were called the Hollywood Vampires.
Okay.
And they drank their fucking faces off in Hollywood on a regular basis. It was
Interesting.
it was like a party group or whatever.
Right.
So that's where the name comes from.
Okay.
So Alice takes that, and I'm going to sing about all my dead friends.
Right, because he's so
the
clean now. And
Well, he's the last. They're all dead but him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the first album comes out. It's all covers.
Right.
This one, mostly originals. So this effort feels more like a band, not just some supergroup thing on the side. This feels like a band now. Because now you've got original music, and they're touring as much as they can, because Alice does his own thing. And
Sure.
Joe Perry's in a little band called Aerosmith.
Never heard of him.
Doing stuff. And Johnny does whatever Johnny does.
I don't know what he's doing.
He's on his island somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But the album's fun. It sounds cool.
I haven't heard it, so I'm.
You haven't heard any of it. This is all me.
Well, I've heard or I've seen the video for Hero because it's a cover with Johnny Depp singing.
We can beat them forever and ever. We can be heroes just for one day.
What's the other cover? Yeah, it's called People Who Died. And it's very tongue-in-cheek,
Right.
like a lot of these songs are. And you know who Pete Carroll is? He's a poet, writer guy who wrote, you remember Basketball Diaries? Do you remember that movie?
I watched the film with DiCaprio.
He wrote that.
Oh,
so he's a
That's a pretty fucking heavy film.
poet. Yeah, oh yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
he wrote this song. So that's a kind of a deep, dark kind of cut they cover. Johnny Depp sings that as well. And they also do Johnny Thunders, who you know, I'm sure, from New York Dolls. Can't Put Your Arms Around a Memory. Joe Perry sings that.
Right.
And it's, to say the vocals laid back is putting it mildly. But,
Yeah, I mean, Joe and Johnny don't sing like singers. They kind of...
they kind of just talk through it. But it still sounds kind of cool. Like, I don't mind
they got a vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, I always look at Joe Perry like Keith Richards, except Keith really exudes Keith in his singing, where I don't get that from Joe too much.
Even though they don't show, the scars are sold. And when they go, they sure let you know, 'cause you can't put your arms around a memory. Can't put your arms around a memory.
I've always struggled with this band because it seems like it's put together in a Hollywood basement, like the moon landing. You know what I mean?
Well, it's the Hollywood Vampires.
Right.
It's fun though.
It's fun. You gotta.
This is not a serious endeavor.
You gotta look at that. I mean,
you really do.
What was the video we watched where they're playing live on Kimmel? And the joke was who's wearing more stage gear? Is it Joe or who's got more shit hanging off them?
Who has more accessories on? Johnny or Joe?
You're right.
Yeah.
And it's not like Alice wasn't rocking it either. He's got that belt buckle the size of.
But I mean, you got to look like a rock star up there. It's all good.
And I don't even know if that really worked for me as a rock star with that big fucking belt buckle on him. It
was big.
It looked a little too much for me.
A little WWE.
Maybe they're exactly. Funny. That's exactly what I was probably
Alice.
thinking.
I want mine now. I need mine now. I want mine now. I need mine now. Right now. I want mine now.
But I mean, you get guys like McCartney and Brian Johnson are in here, sprinkled in, for example. Jeff Beck's on this album.
Really?
Welcome Bushwhackers. Yeah, welcome to Bushwhackers. You know who John Waters is? Director.
Yeah.
Little pencil mustache.
Yeah.
He's on the song with Jeff Beck. Like, how weird is that?
Yeah.
Like, he does a little speaking part.
That might have
It's
been a
just-
Johnny Depp thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right, it would have been. He directed Crybaby or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
But still, it's just all very eclectic.
Yeah,
and-
but see, they're all bringing their own little unique sensibility.
Totally.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bushwhackers. It's gang night, gays against guns. Have a ball.
I used to drink a lot. I used to smoke a lot, still do. So what? What's it to you? And that's the way I'm gonna be.
And again, I haven't really dug deep into this band because I felt like it just seemed a bit too contrived, but I'm going to give it some more thought.
I would give you that on the first one.
Yeah.
But this one does feel, it's just, I don't know, it's just fun. It's nothing to be taken
There's some
too
growth
seriously.
and they want to grow together,
Yeah.
obviously.
I think they take it, as much as it's fun, they do take it pretty seriously.
Yeah.
Like, they mean it.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing gigs and it would be fun. Like, as if they came to town and we wouldn't go.
Right.
Like, what are we talking
Oh,
about?
are you kidding me?
Right? Oh, yeah, Johnny Depp, this and that.
Yeah,
Are you gonna go?
I don't
Yep.
buy that he's that great of a guitar player, so I'm not going.
Let's go watch him. Yeah, let's see how bad he is. No. And it's just it is a great band.
Yeah.
Like, Johnny Depp aside, these are great players.
Yeah. Well, what I saw and heard,
Yeah.
it's not like they're slouches. For
No,
sure.
not at all. Anyway, it's just fun.
Right.
Like, you should check it out.
Yeah. Well, no, I definitely
Yeah.
will.
Okay, we're closing on this.
Yes.
Freddie Mercury. From the vaults.
Yeah.
Time waits for no one. You've seen and heard this, yes?
I've seen and heard it, and I don't even know how much you want to set this up in the sense of just like,
Okay, I'll be as brief as I possibly can.
yeah, okay.
Okay, in 86,
Yeah.
Freddie teams up with Dave from the Dave Clark 5.
Right.
Okay? They record a song for this musical called Time, and the song's called Time. Full fucking Abbey Road production, orchestra, the whole
Right.
fucking 9 yards.
Right.
Long story short, he fucking unearths a copy of this with just Freddie singing. So here's what I read. The original keyboardist, Mike Moran, recorded a new piano track, restoring the huge potential of this historic performance at Dave's studio. Stripping back the 96-track version, 96 tracks, to a version with just one, Freddie. Right? I mean, this is just incredible.
Yeah. When you get into those situations where you can pare it down to a single instrument and a voice, all the emotion is coming from the voice at that point. You know, you're not asking strings to help you feel larger. You're not asking the percussion to boom. You know, you're getting this from the heart, honest execution of a song.
Right.
That lyrically fucks you up.
Yeah. And how many singers could do this is the other thing.
Well,
not many.
Not many.
No way.
And not many in the way that I want to hear it the way Freddie sang it.
Right. There's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The video for the song was shot in 3 hours, 4-camera shoot, cut together quick in order to flip it around for Top of the Pops. You know, Top of the Pops, that British TV show.
Yeah.
So at that time.
Right.
So it was shot. Going straight to video, not on 35 millimeter, which is what has come out now, which is what's exciting about it.
So somebody shot it in 35 at the time.
And the original footage was consigned to the vaults. So Dave, from Dave Clark 5 that I've been mentioning, didn't want to cut the old footage together. He had the negatives from the 4-camera shoot and the unprocessed film. A 4-day lockdown in a special facility to pour through the negatives with an editor led to the discovery and production of this visual masterpiece. A perfect representation of Freddie's magical performance. He tasted every word.
Well, I think we should end on that video. So let's sign off now.
Yeah.
My rum is gone anyways.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Pleasure as
good
always.
Show. It was,
it was fun talking
good
new
conversation
music.
and new music, and urge everybody to go and check some of this stuff out. You might not love all of it.
No.
Right? But it's some new stuff, and it's some really worthwhile stuff to listen to.
And we'll be talking about more in the immediate future. There's more to come.
Okay. Well, let's end with Freddie. Enjoy.
Time waits for nobody. Time waits for no one. We've got to trust in one another, or will I know my future at all? Because time waits for nobody. Waits for nobody. Time waits for no one. Let's learn to be friends with one another, or there'll be no more future at all. Time waits for nobody. For nobody, nobody, nobody.